OneWithTheGuppies. My other channel is Fish Every Yay. I honestly don't even recommend it. The videos are so old, they're just such bad quality. But if you really want to, you can go check it out. But yeah, anyways, I've come a long way from that channel and I decided I was going to start a new channel. And this channel is going to be about guppies, obviously, but more specifically breeding guppies. I will go through the process of breeding guppies. I will show you the tank setup, I will show you the filters, and all of these different things that I would recommend using for you if you're looking to breed guppies or for entertainment purposes, even though it might not be that entertaining. But, you know, still stick around if that's what you want to watch and see how guppies are bred. They do give live birth, so they're live bears. They're super easy to breed. I would recommend them for anyone who's starting off with just getting fish in general. Like, they're good first fish, bred alongside betas, but when it comes to breeding, I think that they are probably the easiest fish to breed of all fishes. So anyways, in this video I am going to be showing you my tank setup that I like to use. It is at night, which means I don't have the lights in the windows helping me out, so I do have my flash on, so sorry about that glare. I am getting a LED light to go inside of the tank, but it's shipping from Amazon right now, so it might be a little while. I can put the links in the description below for the LED light if you want to buy it. I don't know if this will have it when you look at this video or not. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video and check out my breeding tank setup. I think the number one thing that most people can notice about this tank is it's huge. The size of this tank is perfectly suited for breeding guppies. It's a 30-gallon tank, which means I can have a maximum of 30 guppies because you need about a gallon of water per guppy. So I have plenty of room for breeding them, which is good. I also have a backup tank. That's another thing you're probably going to have. I have a backup 10-gallon because sometimes it can take a long time to sell them, so I don't want to get too overstocked. So yeah, I recommend a 10 to 40-gallon tank for breeding guppies. If you're going to breed them in a 10-gallon, I would suggest just getting 2 females and a male, not anything crazy like I have right now. So if that's what you're going to do in a 10-gallon, that's what I would suggest, and I would suggest finding a place to sell them before you start breeding them. So you can see, those are the guppies compared to this huge tank that I have for them. I will be going over the filter I have and everything that I have in here, but this is just to give you a comparison of how much room I really have for guppies. They're schooling fish, so they live very well together, so you can have lots of them in a tank. And here's just a quick look at them, and now let's get into what filters and heaters and things that you want to use for your tank. To start off with, I like to use an external filter. It gives more room in the tank for guppies because there will be a lot of guppies in here. I will be selling them. I'll have my Instagram username in the description, so you can go look at my Instagram account. I do more updates and things, obviously, and I'll be putting my website on there for people to go and buy them because I am hopefully going to have them shipping online. Not right now because I don't have any babies, but once I get a lot of them, I will be hopefully shipping a few of them online. So yeah, this is my external filter. It is a turtle filter. It works very, very well. It's heavy duty, good for keeping a couple of guppies, not a couple, 10 guppies. 30-gallon tank, very, very clean. I would recommend getting this filter. It's a Tetra filter. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, wait, there's a thing on it. If you can figure it out from this stuff, then you can. But I don't even know. This thing, I had it for a while. It's for a turtle, like I said, which is why it's so heavy duty. Very good for filtering out this little tank with a small amount of guppies. Next thing I have is just a small heater, not anything too big. This just does perfectly fine heating up this 30-gallon tank. It may look a little small compared to the tank, but it does a pretty good job. This is also for turtles. If you can't tell, I used to have a turtle, which is why I have all of this stuff. But this worked really, really well. It keeps the temperature at a perfect, basically temperature. I don't know why I said that. English is not my friend. It's late at night. So I recommend getting this one. I think it's the same brand as that filter. I think so. But it's cheap, and it works really, really well. Because I know a lot of this stuff can get pretty pricey when it comes to, like, that filter was like $30, and this I think was like $10, so it's not bad. Just a thing with breeding guppies, it gets a little pricey, so I would say for a beginner breeder, start off in at least a 10-gallon, and then once you're more experienced, you can move up to like a 20-gallon or a 30-gallon. You're gonna need an air pump. I have mine coming in the mail, and it's gonna be a while till it gets here, which kind of annoys me. So because I have an external filter, I tilted this up, and it works for now. Tilt that more. Works for now for putting enough air in the tank. It's a big tank, so they don't have that many guppies right now, so they're not using all of it up very fast. My camera's out of focus, which is annoying. There we go. So they don't need that much, but I am getting a bubble wall to go in the background, which is highly recommended if you're going to have fry in this tank like I am. By the time the fry are born, I should have that air pump all set up. So you're going to need one of those, but if it comes for if you're just keeping them as pets, just something like this, like a filter that pours bubbles into the water, should be perfectly fine, especially if you have a big tank and not that many guppies in the tank. Now let's get into the setup of the tank. You should be able to see everything from here. I have gravel and I have plants in my tank. I am getting a divider for my tank, so I will be able to separate them as and females, but right now I kind of want them together, so I don't have that right now. But I am getting a divider to divide them because I have such a big tank. I can do that. But you're going to want to have in your breeding tank at least, maybe not in the tank that you're going to raise fry in, but the breeding tank, you're going to want to have plants for the females if they get stressed out so they can go hide from the males. And I personally like to have gravel because guppies like to eat algae, and algae is actually good for them. It can help with their nutritional value, which is, sorry about the bird, which is very important when you're breeding them. You want them to be very healthy. You can probably see them swimming down and eating some of the algae that is starting to grow on the bottom of the tank. Another good thing is you don't need to worry about algae overgrowing your tank too much because guppies will just eat it. They like it. It's a good snack for them. In your fry tank, you might not want to have gravel. I have a breeding cage, which is one of the clear ones where the female gives birth and the babies go into a different compartment. So I don't have to worry about that because it'll be easy to clean the little compartment that I'm getting. But like I said, I do have a 10-gallon just in case there are more babies born than I expect and there's too many for the cage. I have a 10-gallon which I can easily take the gravel out of and have the babies in there. But what I'm planning on is having the babies in this for their whole life, which would be good because it reduces the stress of moving them around a lot, which is something you don't want to do when you have fry. They're very sensitive to things like that. They're also very sensitive to temperature, so it's hard to get them acclimated. Sorry about her. She's really loud. You're gonna have to get used to her. She's in my room. So gravel, okay for your breeding tank. Not really recommended for the fry tank, unless you have them in the same tank like me. So yeah. That's about all there really is to it. I'll do more videos on the fry, and I'll do videos on the guppies themselves and why I picked these guppies. I also have a molly in here. I don't know if we'll get a hybrid, maybe. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, but that's not what I was shooting for by putting her in there. But this is my tank setup. A very good, healthy tank setup. I would suggest you guys get an external filter. I really, really, really love this. It cleared up the tank when I first got it. All set up. It was a little foggy, and I only had this this filter only running for a day, and it just cleared up instantly. And I just love how clear it gets it. So I would suggest an external filter. I'm telling you, I love the results, especially since the turbo filter, heavy duty, not too strong of a current, but if you are going to have your fry in your tank with them without being in a cage, it's not too strong of a current, and you can always just place some fabric over that so the fry don't get sucked up. But yeah, also, you definitely need a heater. You can breed guppies without a heater, but it's going to go downhill, and the fry are going to die. That's just how it goes. So get a nice heater, keep it around 72 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit, around like 21 degrees Celsius. That would be what I recommend for keeping guppies. They are tropical fish, so are mollies, which is why she is doing perfectly fine in here with my guppies. So yeah, I hope you found this video helpful. If you want to recommend other videos for me to do, please feel free to leave comments. I will do that. Like I said, I'm getting a light soon, which would be very nice because I don't have to use my flash anymore because my phone does not pick up lightness very well, if you can't tell. So yeah. If you have any questions and you need advice, feel free to leave comments. I will answer. I will help. I also, if you're thinking of other fish to say in your tank, feel free to comment about that too. I'm pretty open.